Tide is sitting pretty right now. So hey, you should be embarrassed. You should be ashamed of yourself. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again. Talk about my Alabama prison time. To celebrate concerning my Alabama. Let's all get up on our feet and yell, roll Tide, baby. Nobody beat my Alabama Crimson Tide. I got break song.
That's the way I say it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again on this Sunday afternoon with my man, Pianoman. What's going on, brother? Roll Tide, man.
Roll Tide. What the business is, KB. What the business
it is what it is, baby. I hope you had a great weekend, man. Weekend almost coming to an end. But guess what? We ain't got to work tomorrow. So, hey, it's still the weekend.
It's still the man. You look, for those of us that that don't have to go to work like that, the weekend never stops.
I know that's right. Do what we want to do when we want to do it. If we don't want to do it, we ain't got to do it.
I ain't gonna do it.
About. Did that long enough. So hey, when y'all get to where we at, y'all will know what we talking about. But it's glad to have everybody that's already in the chat. We're glad to have y'all here. And we got a few things that we want to talk about. But Pianoman, anything you want to say before we get started?
Hey man, just happy to be here. Man, let's have a good let's have a good show. Hey, let's just do the doggone thing, man. I'm just trying to make it happen. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, along with all these fine people in the chat. Man, let's do it. Let's get it.
But before we get started, let me give a shout out to the Kangaroo Click. Shout out to all the people, all the members of the Kangaroo Click who's already joined the chat, man. Nick Harding, Nick B, and Kimberly Harmon. It's several of y'all. Roll Tide and Rise Up in the building. Yeah. Tony B, what's going on, Tony B? We got dogs part of the Kangaroo Click. You ain't got to be an Alabama fan to be a part of the Kangaroo Click. We accept everybody. Big dogs got to eat. Justin Summerlin, everybody. And if you ain't a member of the Kangaroo Click, hey, we appreciate y'all also. All right. I appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody who support the channel. I can't let that go, but I gotta recognize my Kangaroo Click members. I got to do that. Myron in the building. LaQuasia Gordon, what's going on? And also, before we get started, y'all know I gotta do it. Let me get my list out. Where you at? Let me get my list. Got to shout out to everybody. JMHO with Coach Sean, just my humble opinion. Got to shout him out. Sharpshooter Sports Talk with B Sharp.
That's right.
On the Block Sports with Coach Carl.
Carl, yeah.
Got to shout him out. Touchdown Alabama, Justin Riley, way offside. Alabama football on YouTube with Kyle Henderson, Miller's Edge, the final whistle. Bama Tailgate, Bam Dam Sports, Hall of Fame Sports, Jason, unofficial assistants, Coach Doe, unofficial assistant coaches. All right, cover Clemson with Clint Lamb, Locked On Bama, the Dynasty, the Dynasty. All right, I know y'all have heard of that one too. Also, Herb and Raj. All right, podcast. Who else? Talking Sports with JB.
Yeah.
I think I missed him. So But yeah, shout out to all them brothers. Really good Alabama content. And don't y'all forget about LaQuisha Gordon. All
That's
right.
it.
Get her to 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget about her channel. Don't forget about DSGB84 just started a channel. All right. He's a dog fan, but we love them all.
That's it, man.
Love them all.
And
So, hey.
don't forget Nick Saban Jr.
Oh, yeah,
KB.
Nick Saban Jr. I don't know how. I know he on this list.
Yeah, Nick Saban Jr. You've got Coach Al, Ted. Even though he's Auburn, we got SEC season. We have Jonathan Lewis. Look, we got them all. It's so many of them, man. Just subscribe and support. No, these are brothers. These are sisters. And I'll say this on behalf of KB, and he says it too. And when you get your channel, before we gonna be your first two. We gonna be your first two subscribers. Trust me on that. When
That's
you
right.
get your channel going, you feel that urge to do the doggone thing. KB and Pianoman gonna be 1 and 2. We gonna make it happen for you because you making it happen for us.
That's right. Can't forget about Lisa Rawls. She also got a channel too.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Lisa Rawls got a channel. It's more of a health and fitness channel. She like exercising and everything, doing her thing.
Okay.
So cool. Yeah. But yeah, man. I think that's about it. I think that's about it. We'll go ahead and get this show started. And the first thing, we got 3 questions. 3 questions heading into SEC Media Days about, Alabama. The first I think the first question is will we get the answer of who the quarterback is? Who is the starting quarterback? Will it be Ty Simpson or Keelan Russell? Seems like they throwing Austin Mack to the wayside as far as fans are.
Mm-hmm.
So will we get that answer? Just straight for sure, this is the quarterback heading into the season. Think Coach Kalen DeBoer going to give him that answer?
Well, KB, according to what I've read, the answer will probably be no.
I agree. I think
the answer, if he sticks to his personal script or his previous script, he does not give that answer anywhere between 4 and 10 days before the game. So I believe he's going to stick with the script of what he's been doing, and we will not hear that answer on Wednesday. If he does, he'll beat him went off script of what he's previously done.
I don't think he'll give the answer either, because if you didn't have the answer coming into the spring, why would you have the answer? Oh, well, after the spring, if you didn't have the answer, why would you have the answer now? You got fall camp coming up real soon. All right, now I can understand that he can answer that question after fall camp leading into the week of the first game. But right now, I don't think he can answer that question because as far as we know, it's still a quarterback battle. So I understand that they say if we had a game tomorrow, Ty Simpson would be the starter, but we don't have a game tomorrow. And they've been saying that ever since the end of spring. So,
well, bro, you know what? In answering that or just commenting on that, I still tell everyone to download on your device Tide 100.9. Especially shout out to Ron Fowler and in the game. If you go back to when both Coach DeBoer and Ryan Grubb were interviewed here about a month or so ago now, I think that's when it was. I think one of the things you will come to discover is you will hear them say that it is still a battle. Now, It's still a battle. I mean, it's still wide open. But I'm going to tell you like this, let not your heart be troubled. Alabama, as far as quarterback shape goes, is actually in better shape than what we give it credit for. than what we're really thinking. No, we haven't seen everything, and you're not going to see everything right now. As a matter of fact, you're not going to even see everything even in the first game. I'm just going to go on and throw that out there. But as you go, you will see. So I'm just being honest with you. Just be patient, but he's not going to give you any more than what he's given you in the previous. And that's the same thing would go with Coach Grubb. If the shoe were on the other foot, they would not be giving you any more than what has already been given. So come Wednesday, you can look for it if you want to, but I'm with you, KB. I don't think we're going to get that question answered until like maybe a week and a half before the first game.
I agree, but I want to give a shout out to Kimberly Harmon. She's been a member of the Kangaroo Click for 11 months. Shout out to Kimberly Harmon for becoming a Kangaroo member, a Kangaroo Click member, and having been a member for 11 whole months. And thank you for the birthday wish, Kimberly Harmon. It's much appreciated. So, but
KB, before
go
you
ahead.
go any further, brother, I'm reading something here. Listen, and he didn't ask me to do this, but I'm doing it because I'm on here. Listen, I see 29 likes and maybe 60 something in the how it is 90 watching. Hit that like button, please. Hit that like button, like right now.
I appreciate it, brother.
Hit
But
that like button like right now. And if you look, if you listening, looking, and lurking, don't do this for free, man. Hit that like button and let's get it. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. We just ask you to be respectful when you come in, but don't just listen and look and lurk. Come on and join on in. And I'm telling you, you're gonna have a good time. All right. Just and all these content creators and podcasters and everything, hit their, join and subscribe to their channel. But tonight is about KB. All right, let's
and
get it.
even if you're a hater, go ahead and hit that like button. We got something for the haters too. So, but furthermore, talking about the quarterback position, it might not be answered game one. You never know. How many times did we go into a season and didn't have the quarterback position solidified,
Mm-hmm.
or didn't have a quarterback named as the starter? Okay, it was times that we went into the season where fans didn't know who the starter was. They could speculate. It might be one of those seasons. Okay, but for me, we didn't heard good things about all three quarterbacks, especially when Coach Carr talk about these guys,
Right.
and he didn't had eyes on. So we might not know. We might not get that answer until game one or game two.
I think that KB, by the time I'm answering a couple of folks in the chat there, I think that by the time we get around game 4, or by the time we get to the Georgia game, that's when a lot of questions will be answered. I believe that the first 3 games are going, a lot of questions, going to be out there and everything. But that's why I made the statement that a lot of questions we may not even have the answers for in game 1. Matter of fact,
Right.
I know we won't have all the answers in game 1. So that's why I'm asking all of us as Tide fans, just please be patient. This is going to be a work in progress, but trust me. And after talking with Coach Carl and everything, can't put nothing else out there. Just go with the flow. Trust the process. Trust the
That's it.
process.
Eddie Blackburn, another member of the Kangaroo Click, appreciate you joining in. Jeff Stapleton, B. Jamming. Yeah, that's what on. Yeah, Robert Underwood, Josh Jackson, Ephraim. What's going on, Ephraim? What it is. But as far as the quarterback position, it really don't matter to me who the starter is, as long as they can play, the position at a high level, get the job done. We don't need no superstar at quarterback. Just have somebody who can manage the game and take care of the football. That's all I want. I don't care about no superstars. Yeah, I did a video about Ty Simpson throwing for 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns, whatever. But he can throw for 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. Long as he ain't turning the ball over, the offense is moving and scoring touchdowns. That's all I care about. I don't care if it's passing or running,
Right.
long as we winning games.
Coach, let me say this while you're on that subject. When it deals with the quarterback, once again, I'm going to put a plug in for the Tide 100.9 and download that app and go back and pull up the game and find the interview with Ryan Grubb. Find the interview with Coach DeBoer. Find those interviews. One thing I will hit, I want to go on record and say, KB, and this has come out of Coach DeBoer's mouth a couple of times. Coach DeBoer, and I quote, has said he doesn't want a game manager.
He did say that.
He said that. He doesn't want, and a lot of people don't understand that there is a difference. And so when you go back and you listen to Coach DeBoer, but then you go back and listen to Ryan Grubb, then when you go back and listen to him and marry the two up, it will make sense why Coach DeBoer said what he said. You can't really be a game manager and be aggressive. They've got something up their sleeve. They have something up their sleeve. And Ryan Grubb did say that Bama this year is going to run the football. Now, and that's all he would say. So let's just sit back. Let's just be patient. Some things are going to get worked out, but I guarantee you, I believe that you're going to like what you see. I'm telling you, you're going to like it.
Yeah. At the same time, he also said that they want to air that ball out also.
Yes,
he did say that. They want to be aggressive as far as the run and the passing game, the total offense. They want to have an aggressive approach, not just in the run game, not just in the passing game. And like he said, he won't opposing defenses to have to defend every inch of the field. And if you ain't aggressive or explosive, they really don't have to defend everything. But if you are, and I understand you can't be a game manager when you want that type of, you can't have a game manager with that type of defense, okay? I mean, that type of offense. Because I'm sure at times they're going to go with this hurry-up offense. They're going to speed things up.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't have a game manager in that situation. So, but like I said, a game manager will be fine for me. Of course, I don't have no say-so. It'll be fine for me long as he ain't turning the ball over. He's moving the offense, and we scoring.
Right.
But if that ain't what they want, I don't care how you get to the end zone, long as you get in there and long as you win in games. Now, I would love to have an explosive offense where nobody can't stop.
Right.
I would love that.
Well, I think that, KB, I think you're going to get what you want, what you're asking for. I think we're all going to get it. Of those of us that are Bama fans, let me put it like that. Those of us that are Bama fans, I think we're going to get what we're asking for. There are some things that it's going to evolve into. It's going to take an evolutionary process for that to happen. This is why on my channel, and you've heard me say this a couple of times, and those who are on here that have come over there on the Longrun with Pianoman, you've heard me say there are three elements that I believe that or three X factors that's going to govern all of this. Number three, I'm doing it from 3, 2, 1. Number three, it will be the O-line. They've got to perform, got to work as a unit. Number two, Ryan Grubb, his aggressive play calling, his balanced aggressiveness. That's what you're going to look for. And the number one X factor will be injuries, especially along that O-line. Those three X factors, that if those three, in that order right there, will all come together, operate as a unit, but especially those injuries, if the injury bug is kind to Alabama O-line and offense this year, then I think our results will be sweet.
Well, hey, I can't wait to find out. That's all I know. What it is, 48 days now?
48.
48 days and counting. Our Alabama Crimson Tide will take the field. Tony B already in here hating, talking about Ty Simpson going to be wolfing down some big-sized choke sandwiches. Well, every one of your quarterbacks done did that against my Alabama Crimson Tide. That's all I know. But we ain't
Well,
going to get into all that. But guess what? Go ahead.
Hey, KB, you know what? I hope you can adopt this. I ain't worried about Georgia.
Me
Not
either.
on August the
Me
30th.
either. Me either.
Florida State, you're first. You're
Thank
first.
you.
You're
Thank you.
first.
One game at a time.
One game
But
at
I
a
can
time.
tell you this, Tony B. I'm not Tony B, but Pianoman. I guarantee you they worried about us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They worried about us. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But moving on to question number 2. Can Ryan Williams take his game to another level? He didn't get to 1,000 yards last year. I think if it wasn't for the lacking the quarterback play, he could have got 1,000 yards his freshman season. So do you think he can take his game to another level this year, especially with the addition of Ryan Grove and how he likes to call the offense and run the offense?
KB, that's a tough one. Because here's the issue with that. Let me read something to you. See, look, I got my Bible with me. I got my Bible with me, KB. I got my Bible and everything. So here we go. Here we go. Let me see what the Bible got to say. All right, we go into the offense right quick because you asked the question about Ryan Williams. All right. Okay, so you ask about him, but then you got guys like Rico Scott. Then you got Jalen Mbakwe. Then you got Losier Brooks. Then you got Jerm Bernard, Isaiah Horton. You got Josh Quavers, Danny Lewis, Brody Dalton. Bruh. That might be the wrong question. The question may need to get who else might rise in this picture. That might be even a more appropriate question. But to answer your question, I believe he's gonna hit that 1,000 this year. But if he don't, he's gonna get mighty close to it. But I'm gonna be honest with you now. I'm worried about them other cats, KB, because that dog. That's why I'm not too much worried about what people are saying about you. Worried about this, worried about that, worried about the other with Alabama, because I just read you off just some of who they're highlighting. And bruh, better watch that. You don't even hear talk about Derek Meadows.
Right.
You still got Derek Meadows to worry about.
You got Bubba Hampton too.
So I think to answer your question, yes, Ryan Williams would take it to that next level. But my question is going to be who's going to join him.
Okay.
Who's going to join him?
It's a lot of mouths to feed out there.
Everybody got to eat, man.
Everybody going to want something to eat. And I believe in this offense, the type of offense that Ryan Grubb like to run, everybody going to eat. Or most everybody going to eat. Mm-hmm. I'll just say that. Now, you might have one or two to have big numbers, but we got to get everybody involved. Now, can we keep everybody happy? Probably not. But I would like to see several guys get opportunities, get catches. You know what I'm saying? And so defenses won't be trying to key on one guy. All right, you want to key on Ryan Williams, this guy over here going to be open. You want to key on Isaiah Horton, you might have Losier Brooks coming wide open across the middle from the slot. That's what I want. Okay, go ahead and key on this guy. But we got more than that. And I just want to see him spread this ball around. Not because the defense is making them spread it around, but because maybe one guy got everybody got the defense's attention or that secondary's attention, and they can spread it around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I just don't want Alabama focusing on one wide receiver like we did last year.
And I don't think that's going to happen, KB, because of the depth. When those type questions are asked for those of us that's on the outside, sometimes you could give a vanilla answer and just say, yeah, they're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. But when you begin to look at the depth of the team, KB, and like I said, now sit down and think about it for a minute. You're going to have Ryan Williams, Isaiah Horton, Jerm Bernard as your starters from what the projected starters are those three right there.
Right.
Just think about it for a minute. All three of them are going to present matchup problems. Now, I read where someone in the chat said Ryan's going to eat till he got to somebody. If you a Georgia fan, that's the most ludicrous statement that you could ever make. Ryan Williams killed you. He torched you last year with Jalen Milroe. Now, then I'm just going to leave that right there and let you think about that for a minute. If that's what you banking on, he's going to eat until he gets there. Georgia was one of his best games. But
it was.
We focusing on August the 30th. So
I know he went over 100 yards on him.
He was 177, KB. He was 177.
If he did that with Milroe.
And then I'm going to say this, since, I know, listen, because KB, you have to stop beating around the bush. I know you're going to give these Georgia fans the business here in just a minute. I'm going to open up that door for you, man. I'm going to be the usher in the church in there and just tell you, walk on in there, King. Come on, because here we go. It's a particular play that Georgia fans don't like for us Alabama fans to talk about. And it ain't 2nd and 26. It ain't what Milroe to Ryan Williams. Let me tell you what that play is, KB. The word called wheel route.
Yeah.
Miller coming out the backfield. Y'all can't defend that for nothing.
They
you can't.
2 years in a row that shit went for a touchdown on Georgia. 2 years in a row. But they can't defend Jam Miller in that wheel route for nothing. And I won't be surprised if it worked for a third time. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But
to answer your question, yeah, Ryan's going to do it this year.
I think so. Matter of fact, I think we're gonna have two of them, 2 1,000-yard wide receivers. Like I said, I think it's gonna be Ryan Williams and Isaiah Horton. That's what I think. Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard. Now, Ryan Williams had 865 yards last season receiving. I'm sure we can get 135 more out of Ryan Williams, and we're gonna have a passing attack. Come on, man.
I understand what George is saying. I saw the question, what did Ryan Williams do after that? Okay, you got us on that one. I tell you what, he did better than y'all receivers.
He did that.
He did better than y'all receivers. Kind of hate to tell you that, but kind of did better than y'all receivers did. And but I give Georgia credit. Georgia's are the SEC champs. And you can't take that from them. And I've been saying it. That all we can say is that we beat Georgia, but we did not win the SEC. We didn't even make it to the playoffs. So we have some coming up to do. So I let Georgia. I got to give Georgia that credit. Can't. No, Stacey, I don't think so, sister. I don't think so. I don't believe you believe that yourself. But in the words of Jesse Jackson, keep hope alive. But we own y'all.
We own them.
We own them.
But I feel we're going to have 2 1,000-yard receivers. And won't nothing change my mind until the end of the season or 2 or 3 games before the end. I can see ain't no way we can have 2 1,000-yard receivers. But as of now, nobody can change my mind. And I think Ryan Williams will be one of them. I think Ryan Williams will be a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. Okay. And I believe Alabama just might have two Heisman Trophy candidates in New York. I believe.
So
And I'll go as far as to say, who they are.
what's up, KJ?
You
Man, I
might
ain't seen you in a minute.
you might not want to believe me. I know y'all ain't gonna believe me, especially you fans of other fan bases. But I believe Ty Simpson gonna be a Heisman Trophy candidate too. I
Wow.
just believe it. If he stay healthy and can get through the whole season, I feel he'll be a Heisman Trophy candidate. So
We're
that's
gonna
just my
see.
opinion.
And I'm gonna tell you what, KB, it would not surprise me. It would not surprise that last statement that you made about Ty. That would not surprise me in the least bit.
Me either.
That wouldn't
I mean,
surprise me.
people want to talk trash about him, whatever he can. Y'all better remember, his dad is a quarterback coach. So, and they like to say, well, why he didn't beat out Miro, whatever. Why your quarterback didn't beat out the previous quarterback last season? Because it's 9 first-year starters in the SEC. Some of them transfers, but if they wasn't transfers and they're first-year starter, why didn't they beat out the quarterback last season? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. So for whatever the reason, he did not beat Milroe out. He did not beat him out for whatever the reason. Now I know what a lot of people out there are saying about the locker room and the this and that and the third, but I think that the bottom line is that he just did not beat him out. He didn't have he did not have uh, those certain skills that was needed to win a game, and so or to win certain games, all that good stuff. Cause I think Milroe's biggest problem was inconsistency, and
Right.
that's what was up. It was his inconsistency. Now he could throw the long ball, but the intermediate routes, that's what was killing. If you would have had the intermediate routes coming, and had that down pat, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
Exactly. Like I mean, it was games that we went into last season. We didn't know what we were gonna get out of Miro. Several games. What he gonna look like this time? You know what I'm saying? But then again, you might say, put Ty in. You wouldn't know what you're getting out of Ty either. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have that experience. He still don't have the experience. But I feel a lot more comfortable about Ty being in a game this season than last season.
Right.
Because guess what? He got a whole off season to know that he possibly can be the starting quarterback, or it's his job to lose. So he
Yep.
done had a whole off season to prepare.
Yeah.
Preparing to be a daggone starter is way different than preparing to be a backup.
Right.
So
The
I'm
whole
just
dynamics of the game change now for Ty. He's going to be the focal point. He knows it. The pressure is going to be on. All that good stuff. But I'm just telling you, I believe Ty's going to be okay though.
David Payne. I believe you might be an Ohio State fan with that with that comment, but no, it ain't too bad. Julian Sain gone. No, we haven't thought about Julian Sain since he left. First of all, David Payne. Julian Sain didn't do nothing for Alabama. He showed up for about 3 weeks to a month and he left. So you can't miss what you never had. Just putting it out there. And furthermore, he ain't did a damn thing for Ohio State yet either. So, hey, it is what it is. So, hey, we good without him. Let's just hope that you get what you expect out of your quarterback. And don't worry about what's going on in Tuscaloosa. But third question, last question. Hold on. Last question. Defense. Can the pass rush be elite? Now remember, Alabama finished 10th in the nation in points allowed last season. 17.4 points a game. I know we lost 4 games. But if you can't score more than 17 points, you can expect to lose. Okay? I'm just putting that out there. Also, it was 5 games. 5 games Alabama gave up 20 points or more. So that means during the season, 8 games, 8 teams didn't even score 20 points. All right? So that's not too bad. And if you don't forgot, it was a first year OC at Alabama. I mean DC. All right. A new system, new game plan, and a whole lot of freshmen. They trying to execute and learn at the same time. Basically, they learning on the fly, really. And they still managed to finish 10th in points allowed.
Yep.
Not bad. They still managed to hold 8 teams under 20 points. Not bad for year one.
KB, think about what you're saying, man. 10th. You the 10th. You're the 10th best defense in the nation. As far as, you know,
Points
in that
allowed.
particular category, you're as in points allowed. You know. Now, here we go. Got my Bible again, KB. We got Deontay Lawson, Quay Rousseau. You got Yanze Pierre, QB Reese, Justin Jefferson, Nakai Hill Green. Keep your eye on that fella right there. Tim Keenan III, LT Overton, James Smith. Let me see. Here we go. Jamarian Latham, Kelby Collins. Nobody talked about him much. That's the transfer from Florida.
Yeah.
Good dude. You know, Jeremiah Beeman, Damani Jackson. Here we go. Keon Sabb, Xavion Brown, Bray Hubbard, Trey Kirkpatrick Jr., Red Morgan. Who else I got on here? Deshaun Jones, Xavier Mincy, Cameron Calhoun. 10th, remember. 10th. I said it before. I'm going to say it again, KB. The defense will set the tone this year. They're going to really set the tone for us. To answer your question, will the pass rush be elite? It has to be this year. It's going to have to. Last year, we let too many sacks get by us. We really did. That was some of the difference in winning and losing games, you know, that we were faced with last year because of some of the mental mistakes or the little bitty things that happened with the defense, and then because the offense was struggling. So, which leads me to this: yes, the defense will be elite, I believe, this year. Gonna be nice, and just remember, everybody, you know, and I know we got some haters in the group, and I'm glad you're here, but just remember, nobody hit our transfer portal, nobody. So that tells you something right there. And so these guys are going to come back focused. They're going to come back rejuvenated. They're going to come back with a point to prove. So once again, on that defensive side of the ball, the X factors will be in 3-2-1. The D-line, Womack, injuries. Same thing that was with the offense will also be with the defense. But that pass rush, it's got to be elite this year. We got to have sacks. That's what has to happen.
Now we only got 25 sacks last season. All right, so we got to be better in that area. It wasn't the fact that we couldn't get to the quarterback. We couldn't make the damn tackle. So LT Overton, he was back there on a consistent basis. He just didn't make the tackle. But another thing, I like the pressures too. Get pressure on the quarterback, even if you can't get to him to bring him down. Get him off his spot. Make him hurry up. That's what I want to see that too. But I think this, with everybody we got coming back, basically that front 7, we didn't lose too much. I know we lost Jahad Campbell. I know that. But we got Justin Jefferson coming back. We got Deontay Lawson coming back at the linebacker position. Most of the defensive line is coming back. Most of them. And the new guys we got coming up, James Smith, you better watch out for him. That's one guy you better watch out for. He going to be in the backfield. LT Overton's going to be in the backfield. You can believe that. Hopefully, Tim Keenan can get a little better clogging up that middle. But guess what? I think I'm not just talking about the edge and all that. I'm talking about the entire defensive front will be elite this season. And I done told you. Alabama gonna have one of the best secondaries in the country. But also I think they're gonna have one of the best defenses in the country.
I'm laughing at what's on the chat. President Chip said, I forgot Bobo's our offensive coordinator. Still, man, my confidence just dropped by 30%. I didn't want to remind you of that, but since you said it, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let you be a victim of your own.
I'm going to just tell you like this, Pianoman. I'm going to tell you like this. President Chip been on this channel for quite a while now, about 3 seasons. He is the only Georgia fan on this channel that keeps it real.
I appreciate you, man.
Georgia fans, Tony B. When Dale used to be on the show, Stacey Goldals is one of, they would give President Chip the business. And President Chip is a young guy. But what he say about them dogs is correct, and they want to jump on him, saying he's not a real dog fan. What it is, President Chip don't sweep it under the rug. Right. He lay it out there, and they don't like that.
And for you all Georgia fans to say that about your own, called DSGB 84 is another one. Yeah, he keeps it real too.
Yeah,
that's been. Wait a minute. If you really look, KB, let me hip you to somebody. DSGB 84, his dad, who you need to hear talk about the Georgia Bulldogs, is his dad.
Right.
A real OG.
Was that him on the channel today? DSGB did a like a live today. It wasn't but like 15 minutes. Was that his dad on there?
It must have been his dad.
Okay.
And he kept it. He and I were talking last week, and he kept it real. And to all you staunch Georgia fans out there, let me tell you what DSGB dad said. The game that bothers him the most is, guess who? Right here. He said, and I quote, he said, because we can't beat them. Not on a consistent basis. And he's right. How can you argue that? Y'all can talk about that one time you won. Secretary Chip, how's he called? KJ, you know what? I ain't talking to KJ because you one of them red and black kind of guys looking through red and black glasses, whatever the colors of Georgia, with that big G up there, and the G stands for go home, because that's what it really means. Every time you play Alabama, it means go home, because y'all know what's about to happen to you, you know. Yeah. But like I said, right now, everybody, whoever your team, y'all playing. Who they playing first?
Marshall.
Okay.
They ran from UCLA.
Okay. Well, y'all's focus ought to be on Marshall, not Bama. The only reason we bring y'all up is because we y'all up in here.
The only reason we bring them up
FSU
is because they in the chat.
Done ran his mouth. We got to take care of him. Yeah. We got to do him. We go, but we'll see y'all on September the 27th. It's plenty of time for smack talk in Georgia. But I'm going to tell you, since you want to go there, remember now, you're 1-7. I wouldn't be talking so loud.
1-9.
1-9. I would 1-9.
See, you went a little lenient on them.
Yeah, I did.
But yeah,
I did.
But it's all good, man. They like to say we talking about them, but guess what? Y'all in this chat talking crazy. We respond to y'all. I have to say this every time. We don't want to go without responding to y'all. We want y'all to feel like y'all part of the chat. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to the defense. We can talk about this secondary too. What we got coming back in this secondary. Those young players, true freshmen last season, came in and did their thing. And guess what? A lot of them got the freshmen last year. They was rotational pieces. Right. But guess what? They was playing critical snaps.
Right.
Now, you had Xavier Brown as a true freshman starter at corner, but the rest of them guys got a lot of snaps and they got a lot of college football experience during last season. A lot of them. A lot of it. So, with them coming back, remember, we ain't lose nobody but Malachi Moore and what's his name? He
Campbell.
transferred, Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae Smith. Yeah,
Them young
on that
guys that was
defensive
playing
backside.
last
Yeah,
season, they back.
everybody
They
else back.
back. Along with Keon Saul and the other guy at safety, Bray Hubbard, which is a dog for real. So y'all gonna see about this defense. Y'all gonna see about this defense.
And may I remind the dog fans of something? Wasn't it a freshman DB that Carson Beck threw the interception to that ended the game for Georgia last year?
Yeah, and guess what? The thing about it, both of our corners coming back,
Yeah,
and both of them had an interception against them.
yeah.
Both of them. Matter of fact, was the Money Jackson, was that a pick six? Can't remember. They crying about one of their
It should have
receivers running the
been,
wrong route.
but it
I
sealed
don't
the
know.
game. In that last one when he threw it in the end zone and
Yeah, Xavier
Xavier
Brown.
Brown intercepted it, it was
Yeah,
in the end
that
zone
ended the game. That ended the
and
game.
everything. And then they say that he pushed off. Anyway, they weren't gonna let that.
Yeah,
But
I got a question. How did he pushed off when he's stretching to make the interception? He like this. So how could you push off? Hey, oh well, they always got an excuse. I do know that. But anyway, that's the three questions about Alabama. Will we get the answer on media days about the quarterback position? I don't think so. Can we be elite on the defense side of the ball? Yes, we can. Will Ryan Williams step his game up? I think so. I think he'll be a 1,000-yard receiver this year. So, but that's just me. That's my opinion. So it is what it is.
It is. KB, man, I'm ready for the season to start, regardless of it doesn't matter who's playing who. All I know is on August the 30th, FSU, you first, we coming to town. I think you hear us coming.
Right.
You hear us coming. You hear us knocking. We coming. And it's gonna be a crimson takeover. We ain't worried about nobody else but Florida State on August the 30th. That's
it. Game 1. Then we'll worry about ULM. Game 2. Then we'll worry about Wisconsin. Game 3. Then we'll go into the bye week 3-0, and then we'll worry about Georgia. That's what I do know.
That's it. That's how I see it.
That's what I do know. But moving on, next thing, Coach Kalen DeBoer says it's going to be different next season. Far as critical moments, executing in critical moments. Out of the 4 games we lost a game by 5 points, 6 points, and 7 points. Games could have went either way. But in saying that, South Carolina game could have went either way. Georgia game could have went either way. We could have, that'd have been 6 games, you know what I'm saying? That we'd have been a loss. But far as critical moments, we got to get better. Just like he said, Coach Kalen DeBoer said, we got to execute in the critical moments, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, with me, when I think about critical moments, I'm thinking about times you need a play to win the game. That's what I think when you say critical moments. You need a critical drive with, minute and a half, 2 minutes left on the clock. But the way he put it, critical drives or critical moments, you got to execute 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. You got to execute. There's a lot of times last season when we didn't execute on 3rd and short. Because, to be blunt, lack of quarterback play.
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it. Critical moments, times like against Oklahoma, what was 2 pick sixes? I believe against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You can't have
One of
that.
those pick sixes, he could have stopped and didn't even try
Exactly.
to
So
give your
I
defense a
just
fighting
don't
chance.
understand it from last season. But we gotta be better. And he's right. Critical moments, you gotta execute. All right. Now against Georgia, we executed in a critical moment. But it shouldn't even came to that. It shouldn't have came to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about, I know I'm talking about the offense, but we got to execute in critical moments on both sides of the ball.
Right.
So,
Well, KB, one thing that has to happen this time. Let's go back to the offense again, and I'm looking at the chat where they bringing up Oklahoma, and you even said something about it. So let's just deal with that game for a minute. First off, you're going up against Brent Venables, who is a defensive specialist. He that's his specialty. His specialty is defense. Clemson won 2 national championships against, guess who? Bama. We went 2-2 against them, and their defense was something serious. But in that game against Oklahoma, KB, all because I go on to say it because he's gone now, but I even said it last year. All because Jalen Milroe was trying to do too much with the ball when it was in his hand, especially in running the football. And when he was running, he thought what worked against LSU was going to work against Oklahoma, and it did not work. They took all of his running lanes away from him. When you do stuff like that, and you neutralize the running backs, yeah, you're going to lose the game. You're going to lose. And Bama was not prepared for that game at all. I mean, that's a little bit of both coaching and a little bit of players as well. They were not prepared for that game. I believe going back to this year, you're going to be under a different circumstance. You got some different circumstances, different situations going on. I believe it's going to be just a different outcome this year. By the time we play them, it'll be pretty much set where we are and where we're not.
right.
So just saying what I'm saying. Because of the lack of a quarterback consistency, smart quarterback play, I'm just gonna keep it right there at the quarterback. Not helping your team out when you needed it, when they needed you, and so forth and so on. That was just a complete debacle. This year, I believe it's just going to be something just a little bit different. But by the time we get the Oklahoma game, we'll know where we're standing. I'm telling you, by the 4th ball game, we're going to know where we stand.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just saying it for
About
what it
game
is.
4, yeah, we'll
You
know
know,
where we stand. But going to the defensive side of the ball, we was horrible on 3rd down.
yeah,
We got to get them off the field on 3rd down.
exactly.
That's there's no excuse for that.
And KB, and to add to that, sir, and I even heard Coach Carl talk about it. Coach Sean talked about it. B. Sharp talked about it. You've talked about it. Certain offenses really confused us. Certain offensive look, certain offensive sets really confused Alabama last year, i.e. Vanderbilt. Let's go ahead and let's deal with that for a minute. They couldn't stop that option for nothing. They couldn't stop it. Pavia was something serious. He ran it to perfection. How did Oklahoma beat them? The same way. Go
Yep.
back and look at the game. They beat them the same way. They attacked a weakness, and their weakness was stopping. It wasn't so much the triple option. It was a variation of the option, and they couldn't read where the handoff man was going. They didn't know if he was going to pull it. They didn't know what was about to happen. And by that time, when they looked up, Pavia was halfway to West Virginia when they looked up and saw him. He was on his way out of town. They couldn't stop him. So that's how Oklahoma beat him. That's how Michigan beat him. Just doing simple stuff. I just believe that this year is going to be something totally different.
I do too. Kane Womack Okay. I just gotta go back to it. I keep going back to it. How young and inexperienced this defense was last season and still finished in the top 10 in points allowed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can't go nowhere but up.
Yeah.
Last year was a learning curve
Yeah.
for everybody, offensively and defensively. Every time you get a new coaching staff, it's going to be a learning curve. And you still finish 10th in points scored.
It's pretty cool.
You still only gave up, on average, 17 points a game. Come on now. Had we had consistent quarterback play, Alabama would have been 11-1. I'm just chalking up the Oklahoma loss since we lost 24-3. I'm chalking that up. Had we had consistent quarterback play last season, Alabama would have finished the season 11-1 and would have been in the SEC championship once again against the Georgia Bulldogs. Win or lose, they would have went to the playoffs.
Yep.
That's just all facts.
Well, you know
and
what?
People might say, well, why y'all blaming Miro? Why y'all blaming Miro? Why y'all saying he wasn't worth a damn when he was there? Now you're saying you don't have him no more. Makes sense, don't it? But hey, it's all good. We gonna see what we got this year.
Yeah.
And everything me and Pianoman has said, I believe it's gonna happen. It's gonna come to be. That's what I believe. So hey, it is what it is. We got to execute, and we got the players to do it, and we got the staff to make it happen.
And coach, here's another thing. We also have to remember, we as a team, Bama offensively did not have a bona fide true offensive coordinator. You had a tight ends coach,
Yes,
quarterback coach, if you will, but he was not a true offensive coordinator. So having to fit things and he was learning too. He was learning as he went, and it showed in some areas. But this time it's called Ryan Grubb. It's called offensive coordinator. He's that guy. He's that dude that's going to be that enforcer, if you will. He's a Saban type guy. So what the guys got away with last year, I don't think you're getting away with it this time because of the switch in personnel at the top. And that's going to make a world of difference too, because that will determine how the game is played sometimes. So good coaching, like I said on the show last week, hey, in baseball, good pitching shuts down good hitting. Just saying, good coaching, disciplined coaching also brings disciplined play.
exactly. And as you said, not Ryan Grubb, but Nick Sheridan, inexperienced as an OC. Now, he have been an OC at 2 other places, but he got fired both times. After one season, I believe, he got fired. So that should tell you something. Not a very good offensive coordinator, but he's a tight ends coach.
Right.
He's a quarterback coach. That's what he grew up doing. He's an expert at that. And Ryan Grubb is the expert at being an OC and calling plays.
It's a true OC.
True OC.
He's a true OC.
And one of the best at it. I know he didn't last in Seattle, but he made that Seattle offense better than what they was the previous 2 years. Go and look at it. Go and look at it. So, and it's a reason why Nick Saban wanted Ryan Grubb. There's a reason for that. Come on now. Let's not get it twisted. But hey, everything we speculating now. Everything remains to be seen, but it sure is looking good to us Alabama fans. That's all I know. So it is what it is. Milroe couldn't play in DeBoer system. I had a question, Pianoman.
Okay.
I posed this question before. Do you think Ryan Grubb took the Seattle job because he knew Miro wasn't the guy? And now Miro leave, he comes back?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I
He
just
took the
I just
Seattle.
wanted to clarify that because
He
I
took the
asked that
Seattle
question before.
job. Almost every college coach's dream
Exactly.
is to go to the league and coach.
That's what I try to tell these other fan base, but they don't think this coach will ever leave. So, but let the right NFL team come calling, and the money is right, he out of there. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
For somebody to think and to say that he didn't take it because I'm gonna say this. If he didn't take that job because he felt like he couldn't coach Miro, then he can't coach. He
A
can't
lot of
coach,
guys.
period.
Yeah, that's right.
He
Coaches
can't coach.
don't run.
Because I'm finna tell you something. Let's measure it up in athleticism. Who's the better athlete, Jalen Milroe or Michael Penix? Now answer that question.
Hey, I think Jalen Miro is the better athlete.
Who's the better athlete?
He's the better athlete.
Now, I'm
Also,
just saying now.
Look at this comment. Miro had how many OCs, 2 different head coaches, and wasn't used to the best of his abilities. Damn right. Now that's true. He did. Who was his OC? He had Nick Sheridan, and
Tommy
he
Rees.
had
Tommy Rees.
Yeah, Tommy Rees. That's right.
Tommy
Yep.
Rees.
Yeah, that's true. And you got to look at it. Alabama done went Nick Saban. So in the past 2 years, we done had different OCs, different DCs. What?
Link. Bill
We had
O'Brien.
we had in the last 3 years, Pete Golden, Kevin Steele, and daggone and now you got Kane Womack, right? We had who did we have in 2022 as OC? 2022.
Wasn't it Bill O'Brien?
No, I don't think it was Bill O'Brien in 2022. It might have been. I'm not sure. 2020. Yeah, it was Bill O'Brien with Bryce Young. Then we had the guy from Notre Dame. And now we got, last year we had Nick Sheridan. We had Tommy Rees, Bill O'Brien, Tommy Rees, Nick Sheridan. And guess what? Our worst season is 9-3. Come on, man. Make it make sense. And y'all think
they're saying Bill O'Brien was OC, but Bill O'Brien, when Jalen Milroe started, Bill O'Brien was not the OC. Remember, he left.
Bill O'Brien wasn't the OC when it started. That was Tommy Rees.
Tommy Rees.
Yeah, that was Tommy Rees.
And then I'm gonna put it to you on this wise. Somebody brought up Sark. Sark is the reason Jalen Milroe came to Alabama, and it really was not Saban. Go back and listen to the interview. Sark is the one who wanted him there because Jalen Milroe was going to go to Texas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Sark was at Bama. That's what's going on there. But for somebody was talking about Michael Penix could make every throw, okay, but that's not what the question was. The question was, who was the better athlete, Jalen Milroe or Michael Penix?
We ain't say who was the better quarterback. Athlete. Who had the better overall? Lot of different stuff than just a regular quarterback.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this: Michael Penix was not the best runner, just like Bryce Young was not an awesome runner. That wasn't his game. I'm just saying now. These people don't like to hear that part, but and Milroe's quarterback skills were not. He was a deep ball thrower. Everybody could see that. He just didn't like throwing short. Now, if that's a hang up of his. But he didn't like throwing short. He liked throwing long and getting it over with. That was his mindset.
Link say he don't care about athletes at QB. So you mean to tell me you wouldn't want a Jaden Daniels? You wouldn't want a Lamar Jackson? You wouldn't want a Jalen Hurt? Come on, man. You know, some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL are athletes. Some of them. Come on now. Then the athlete win a Super Bowl last season at quarterback for them Philadelphia Eagles. And all of those guys that's just true quarterbacks, they ain't winning shit. Patrick Mahomes, an athlete. Them true quarterbacks ain't winning nothing no more.
Jay Hurts.
Yeah.
Athlete.
They ain't, man, you better come on, man.
And I'm about to say something else. And your traditional quarterback, hear me real good. A traditional quarterback, only thing that makes him really tick, his O-line got to be solid.
And guess what? Them wide receivers.
And the wide receivers got to be there.
See, an athlete.
I'm just being honest with you.
An athlete, when the play breaks down, they can make it happen with their legs. Typical run-of-the-mill true pocket passer, they can't do that. So I'm just saying. I would love to have an athlete at quarterback. It's good somebody that can be able to run and to throw.
Oh, KB, can I ask you a question? For those that's old enough to remember, can somebody tell me what was Steve McNair?
Athlete.
He was an athlete, but that dude could play some quarterback.
He could
read a defense. He could do it all, but he will kill you with his legs.
Exactly.
He will break a defense down with his legs. So I think that, yes, we can get on Milroe, but I tell you this, there were some games that we would have lost.
Exactly.
If it were not for Milroe.
Exactly.
I'm going to put that out there. If it were not for him. Yeah, we lost some games because of some lack of skills with him, but there were some games that we won because of his athleticism. As LSU and Auburn, glad that he's gone.
Facts.
Saying now, Georgia too. If you want to talk the truth about it.
If it weren't for Milroe in 2023, Georgia would have beat us. That's facts. That's 6-0. Facts.
Randall Cunningham was an athlete. Facts. Randall Cunningham. I can name you some athletes who quarterbacks that were just some awesome athletes, man. Some awesome athletes. I'm telling you. But there were some games that Alabama won that I'm just gonna leave that right there. But
hey,
yeah, we lost some games because of the lack of quarterback consistency. Yes,
that they won.
There were some games that we would have lost if it wasn't for the athleticism of Milroe. Milroe smashed Georgia. He was hurting Georgia.
Yeah, I mean
Mike Vick. Yeah.
What he played 14, 13, what's that? 27 games. He's 21-6 as a starter. That's all I know.
Can't argue that.
21 games as a starter. Matter of fact, 22 because he started against Texas A&M one year, the year prior to becoming a starter. But anyway, where we at?
One guy said Florida ain't. Somebody said Florida is trash, and somebody else said Florida ain't trash. I'm just gonna say, so goes DJ Lag, so goes Florida, and I end that right there.
I agree with that. But the next segment, we're gonna talk about Alabama's most important players, offensively and defensively, right? Offensively, everybody gonna want to say the quarterback, Ty Simpson. That's what they're gonna want to say. All right. But I'm gonna go ahead and answer this question first. For me, the most important player on the offensive side of the ball, Caden Proctor. That's where I'm going.
Okay.
Because I think he got to get better. He been letting too many guys get around him. And we need to protect. We need to really protect Ty Simpson or whoever the quarterback is. I'm going with Caden Proctor because a lot of them love to blitz off that left side because they feel like they can beat him. Or you send a corner blitz or, a safety blitz from that side. Or you stunting. They love to do it on that left side. Now, it comes from the right sometime, but I think Caden Proctor, to me, is the most important player. That's just me.
Well, KB, I gotta rock with you right there, brother. I'm gonna hang out with you right there. But I'm gonna take that one step further. That whole left side between Caden Proctor and whoever the guard is, because remember, Tyler Booker is gone. Right. And who's replacing Booker is going to be just as important. So I'm just going to say that whole left tackle tandem right there is important. Proctor's got to be straight. Whomever the guard is, whether it's Vandermark, DeBerry, or whomever it may be, they've got to be straight. That whole left side has to be on point, because if not, you're going to have a repeat of what happened last year. And all that defensive pressure is going to come from that left side right there. And we're going to have the same old soup. We're going to be eating the same old soup warmed over if that left side, like I said, you said Caden Proctor, and I'm in agreement. But I'm just going to add that the guard play has to be important. It's got to be there too, because you're replacing Tyler Booker.
Yep, and can't forget, we got to look at who taking over that right tackle too. But I got to go with Caden Proctor. I got to. I'm good on the skill positions, quarterback, running back, receiver, tight. I'm good on them. So I had to go with Caden Proctor. Offensive.
One more thing, KB, about Caden Proctor, and I didn't hear you bring this up, but where is his injury status now? Because remember now, he had didn't he have surgery on that shoulder?
Yeah, he had some type of injury last year. I don't know if he had a surgery or what. I'm not sure. But the thing is, remember, Caden Proctor, he missed the spring last offseason because he transferred and, missed that and came back. And he missed the offseason just this past with that little injury. So, or he missed the spring with that little injury. So that's two springs that he missed. Like I say, them valuable reps. And then, but you know what? Them young players got some reps.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that work out. Yeah. But he finished. This your third year.
Yep.
It's time to prove your worth. They already got him projected one of the best tackles in college football, which I don't know how, but hey, tomorrow, that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my guy on offense, and you in agreement.
I'm in agreement with you, bro.
Defense, I'm going with Deontay Lawson. That's who I'm going with on defense. This your last year of eligibility. I got to go with Deontay Lawson because of the experience he got, and he's the quarterback of the defense. That's why I say he's the most important guy on the defense. Now, we can go a little bit, and go along the defensive line, but I'm going with Deontay Lawson on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay. KB, with much due respect to you, I normally rock with you, and Agent Zero is my dude, but I got to go with this guy that I call the assassin.
Bray Hubbard.
Bray Hubbard. I got to go with Bray Hubbard, man. That dude just cold-blooded, man. That dude is cold-blooded. Don't get me wrong. All them cats are cold, but that doggone Bray Hubbard from down there in my neck of the woods, Ocean Springs, Mississippi, with them Greyhounds, man. Bray Hubbard is the dude. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. When Bray Hubbard hit you, he make you rethink your life choices. I mean, and if he does not get hurt, now that's gonna be, and I keep saying injuries, KB.
Right.
If he does not get hurt, man, Bray Hubbard just got a nose for that ball. He seeks out. He plays smart. He plays disciplined. And when Saab got hurt, it was like they really didn't miss a beat, man.
Right.
They didn't miss a
when
beat.
Saab got hurt, seemed like they got better than me.
They got better when they put Bray in. I didn't
Yeah.
want to say it because I know these
like
shows
when
be
Bray
measured for
came
quality
in.
assurance. But
It's like when Bray came in, that secondary had a whole new attitude.
yeah, they had a
Man,
different
come on,
attitude when
man.
Bray come up in there, man. It was, you know what? Bray remind me, I'm going old school, man. Bray remind me from back in the Gap. It was a dude. And I ain't no Raiders fan. No, I'm gonna keep it with Pittsburgh. He remind me of a dude named Andy Russell. Man, back in the day, man, when Andy Russell hit you, man, it was like you know you had been hit, man.
Hey, I tell you what, you done forgot about Running Lott.
Man, Ronnie Lott played like something wrong with him.
Running Lott and knock himself out.
Ronnie Lott hit a dude so hard. One time he broke his own finger. He cut his own finger off. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He hit a dude so hard. He hit his own, but a big country said Bray like Vinny Sinceri. Exactly. He puts me in the mind of Vinny. But Bray, that dude, man, that's my dude on defense. Matter of fact,
I love myself some Bray Hubbard too, man. I love some Bray Hubbard, but Deontay Lawson is a quarterback. He the one calling the plays, letting the players know what to do. He got to know what they doing at all times, getting them lined up. So that's why I went with Deontay Lawson. But you can't go wrong going with Bray Hubbard. And guess what, fellas? Chat. Bray Hubbard was a 3-star.
There you go.
Bray Hubbard was a 3-star.
Yep.
Come on, man. Bray Hubbard looked better than a 5-star.
Yep.
Bray Hubbard approached the game, when he was starting, he played better than Malachi Moore.
They had to get on the Bray about how hard he was hitting his own players in practice.
Right.
They had to tell him to ease up.
Yeah, and he was a quarterback. He played quarterback in high school.
Look, you don't never listen. When please don't nobody take this the wrong way. You got to watch it when a dude come in there, his name is Bray. I'm a big wrestling fan, right? That doggone Bray Wyatt was a different type of wrestler. Bray Wyatt was
crazy. He died, didn't he?
Yeah, he passed away. But Bray Wyatt was crazy, man. That doggone Bray Hubbard is the same way. You got to watch them dude named Bray. I'm just saying, man, it's just something different about him. And with Lawson, Bray Hubbard, LT Overton, James Smith, Keenan, Russell, Jefferson, and the rest of the Hee-Haw gang, man, it's gonna be something serious out there. All I'm gonna say is Florida State, you first. You're gonna be sending memos to everybody. You don't want to play these guys. You don't want to play them.
I believe it. And guess who else got an attitude too? That damn Kane Womack.
Oh yeah, he crazy.
Now I'm telling you now, it might didn't look like it last season. Kane Womack sit over there with his little card and shit. This Kane Womack. Let me get this. This what he look like. Let me move this. This what he look like. With his little card, man, I'm telling you, man. This gonna be a sight to see this season.
And KB, you ever notice Kane Womack always wearing he looked like a commando.
Yeah.
Got the little vest thing going with the hat going and everything. He looked like he about to, man. What made me respect Womack is in that Missouri game when they were preserving that shutout.
Yeah.
And when Missouri went he didn't have no issue putting his starters back in there and say preserve the shutout.
Exactly.
He didn't care.
Exactly. That's what I like. I'm like, what's what's his name? Steve Spurrier. Beat them down. It's their job to stop you. Beat them down. Don't go easy on them. Score every chance you get. Damn that shit. And I would love that. Score every chance you get. I don't give a damn if it's 3 seconds left in the game. You score every chance you get.
If there's any LSU folks up in here, I'm gonna tell you like this. What did Brian Kelly say? They were still playing with their starters with X amount of minutes left in the game. That's what you're supposed to do. We're playing you, clown. We came in there to beat you, not be your friend. We came in there to give you the worst whipping we could ever give you, and we did. We emptied that stadium right after halftime. That's what I expect more of this year. Hey, I want a stadium emptying team. Just tell them go home. Go home. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah. I want Alabama to treat everybody like they would treat Austin P, Western Kentucky. So I want Alabama to treat everybody like that. Respect them though. Respect every opponent. Don't be lackadaisy because somebody is coming up that you think you automatically supposed to beat like you did against Oklahoma and Vanderbilt. That should have taught them boys, hey, we can't take nobody lightly.
Yeah.
Like Nick Saban say, you prepare for every game the same way. Every game.
Take nobody for granted. Don't take them for granted because that's who they are. You know what? I wish some Michigan fans were in here. Ask Michigan what happened to them some years ago when they played Appalachian State.
App State.
Remember that?
Yeah. Ask LSU what happened when they played Troy.
See what I'm saying? Ask Alabama what happened when they lost to ULM. Was it ULM?
Yeah, we lost to ULM.
Yeah.
We lost to ULM. Matter of fact, I think Alabama lost to, well, they almost lost to Southern Miss one year. So, hey, but Southern Miss used to give Alabama some good games, man.
Yeah.
But that was before Nick Saban days. Southern Miss used to give Alabama some hell of a games.
Matter of fact, USM did beat Alabama once. They beat Alabama once, and they went to Florida State and destroyed them.
Man,
I remember that.
Southern Miss used to have some good teams, man. So, I don't know. I don't follow them now, but they used to have some good teams. I follow when they played Alabama, but they had some good teams now.
Well, I'm here in Hattiesburg, about 10 miles away from USM.
Right.
Listen, since we're on that subject with USM, when they brought in the new coach, over half of Marshall came with him.
Man, yeah, I know. I know.
A lot of Marshall came. And remember now, this is the same guy. Where did he get his start? Alabama.
Right.
He got his start at Alabama. So just don't be surprised.
Them Marshall guys loved him. So he brought him with him. That's matter of fact, that's why they couldn't play a bowl game. Because the players left with him.
They left with him. him.
Yeah, man. It's 5-star long snapper. Oh, that's Van Edwards, man. Van Edwards took the name, man, because I was clowning Auburn because they got a 5-star long snapper. Was supposed to be a 5-star long snapper, but he says Southern Miss with Dustin Arnold at QB was giving us the work until Pro Throw made the catch, and we got back on track.
Yep.
Is that the catch you talking about? Pro Throw caught on his back. He was like hugging each other.
Yeah.
Him and the defender. Yeah. So yeah, man. But yeah, I think them my two as the most important. Old Caden Proctor and Deontay Lawson. And you got Proctor and Bray Hubbard. Okay.
Yeah. But remember, I threw in the guard, whoever the guard is going to be. Left side there beside Proctor is going to be important because you're replacing Tyler Booker. And so that's going to be important. You just don't replace a Tyler Booker with just anybody.
Exactly.
You can't do that.
Exactly. So, but I tell you what, if Caden Proctor ain't doing the job, we need to replace him.
quick.
or just get him some help over there.
Yeah,
That's it. I think if you get him some help, he'll be all right.
yeah,
Throw
yeah.
a tight end over there, help him out. So, I think the last thing we're gonna talk about is ranking the SEC out of conference schedules. So I'm looking here. I got some rankings right here. I ain't gonna go in order.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna just start with Alabama.
All right.
So let me see. So Alabama, they ranking Alabama with the number 2 out of conference schedule. All right, we got, matter of fact, I'll start at number 1. They got Florida with the hardest out of conference schedule. They
Okay.
start out with LIU. Then they got USF, Miami, and Florida State. Right, Miami, Florida. Now remember, USF, that ain't a bad team.
No.
Both years they played Alabama hard.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying they ain't a bad team because they played Alabama hard. USF ain't a bad team.
Right.
And then they got to play Miami and Florida State. I understand the opener, LIU. I don't even know who the hell that is.
Long Island University.
Long Island. What is their mascot?
I have no clue. I guess the
but USF, Miami,
Statue of
Florida
Liberty.
State. Huh?
The Statue of Liberty or something.
I don't know.
Empire State Building. I don't know.
Yeah, man. But USF, Florida State, and Miami, that is pretty tough in my opinion. Now, we don't know how Florida State going to be this season.
Mm-hmm.
They might come out and be a 8-9 win team. We don't know yet. So, but what are they? They're a Power 4 program. I do know that. So, I can understand why they got Florida with the toughest out of conference game. They got, matter of fact, they got no, it's only 2. So what do you think about that out of conference schedule?
You know what? I went coach, and I looked up South Florida's I looked at their roster. South Florida has 6 on offense coming back and 6 on defense. So South Florida is going to be a formidable opponent for Florida. And I've said that before, that watch that game right there. But with these out of conference schedules, I'm just dealing with Florida. That Miami and Florida game is actually going to be a good game. But
right.
For Florida, I'm going to say it again. So goes DJ Lagway, so goes Florida. If DJ Lagway is not there, I'm not going to say Florida's going to be a bad team, but they're going to struggle in some games because there were a lot of games they were in last year. Georgia fans, Florida was playing y'all until Lagway got hurt. And, right. Bought in their replacement in the sub, and he just didn't fare well against y'all's defense. But Lagway was really giving y'all the blues. So Florida's schedule is going to be tough right there. Outside the conference, they've got some tough games. And if Bama has number 2, you say number 2?
Number 2.
Because I know with Florida State, we got Wisconsin, we've got
ULM,
and we've got Eastern Illinois. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what they said about Alabama.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, but before I get to that, I want to say appreciate Ephraim becoming the newest member of the Kangaroo Click. Shout out to Ephraim for becoming the latest member of the Kangaroo Click, and for that, I'm gonna give you the new member alert, Ephraim. Ephraim, the newest member of the Kangaroo Click. Appreciate you, Ephraim. Definitely. I appreciate it. Let's move on to number 2, Alabama. Opened up with Florida State. Week 2, you got ULM. Week 3, you got Wisconsin and Eastern Illinois. What they saying about Alabama is 2 power teams on the out of conference slate is a legacy of Nick Saban. You can't blame Alabama for where these teams are now. Who knew how much suck these teams would have when the games were agreed upon years ago? Even so, struggling Power 4 teams are always tougher than cupcakes. So that's what they said about that schedule. Now with Wisconsin and Florida State, I know last year neither one of those teams were good. But we don't know what they're going to be this year. You certainly don't know what's going to happen with Florida State with Gus Malzahn.
Right.
And then they got Tony. What's the DC down there? They got a new offense coordinator and a new DC. And that DC now, in the past, I think 4 seasons, he done held 25 teams to less than 20 points a game. So
let's see what's that dude's name.
I forgot his name. But yeah, man.
Tony White.
Yeah, Tony White.
From Nebraska.
He coming from Nebraska. So he's a pretty good DC. So you don't know what Florida State going to be. I know Wisconsin wasn't that good last season, but we don't know what Wisconsin going to be. So now, ULM, I think will beat with no problem. Eastern Illinois, that's no problem. But anytime you playing Power 4 opponents, you don't know what's going to happen.
When you're dealing with Florida State, now let's put all the jokes aside. When I was asked on both Coach Sean and B Sharp's show, which game was I the most concerned about, I'm going to be man enough and fan enough to say the Florida State game actually bothers me.
Right. Appreciate it, Van. You stopping in.
Yo, good job, Van. And the Florida State game really bothers me. Now, why do I say that? It's for all of the reasons, KB, what you just said. It is virtually an unknown product. And when you coming in the blind like that, if it may take you a little while to get used to what they're doing, and especially if you don't have the ups on them right then. So I'm just saying that the Florida State game, yeah, I'm talking a whole lot of talk, whatever. But now I'm being serious. Florida State's going to play us. In the words of the governor on my show, JB718, Alabama is everybody's Super Bowl. Everybody. It won't matter who it is. We are everybody's Super Bowl. These folks at Florida State, that team is going to be locked, loaded. They're going to be ready to play us. They're going to be ready. We've got to exceed their energy on both sides of the ball. Got to play smart, got to play disciplined, got to play tough. That's the way it's got to be. But that game literally scares me. And I'm just of the firm persuasion, however we come out that game, in my opinion, unsolicited it is, but my opinion, that game is going to determine which way Alabama's headed this upcoming year.
Agreed. That game will tell us a lot about Alabama, I'll tell you that. Now, if Alabama come out, blow Florida State out the water, and I know everybody going to say it was just Florida State. They only won 2 games last year. That was last year. You can look at teams that lose games early. Some of those teams have great seasons. Look at what Notre Dame did last season. NIU beat them. Notre Dame wind up in the national championship. They beat them in week 2. So just because Florida State lose against Alabama, let's say it's a blowout, that don't mean that they're going to be a bad team the rest of the season. It could very well lead to that. But one loss don't determine that. So Florida State could be pretty good. Yeah, we like to joke on them and joke on their quarterback for what he said, but we don't know. We just like talking trash.
Right.
So, but we do know what's at stake. That's all I'm saying. But that game will tell us out the gate, you will know a lot about Alabama right
Yep.
out of the gate. So, but they got number 2. But the other games, Eastern Illinois, I think Wisconsin really don't scare me, but that might wind up being a good game.
Coach, on that Wisconsin game, don't sleep on it.
Oh,
I'm
I ain't
telling you,
sleeping on it.
because Wisconsin in that Big Ten, they have this tendency of putting a team together sometimes, and you don't see them guys coming a lot of times. They got this tendency to sneak up on you, and they're better than what people give them credit for. Now there are some times that Wisconsin just bona fide, just straight up good. But
Yeah.
sometimes Wisconsin has this tendency of sneaking in the back door on you, and they coming with the come on. So I'm just saying, don't count them out just yet. I'm not too much worried about them, but you kind of better side eye them a little bit. But
Right.
right now, we better just focus on uh,
Florida State.
Florida
Like you
State
say, one at a time, 1 week
one at
at
a
a
time.
time. Going 1-0 each week. That's
Yeah,
it. But big dogs got to eat. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Happy birthday, KB. Another point scored against Father Time. You right. Against Father Time. Big dog got to eat. You a Tennessee fan? GBO? Man,
big
I'm
dog
thinking
got
you
to
a
eat.
dog fan this whole time.
And wait a minute, he got the man up there. Ain't
Dale
ain't, ain't that
Earnhardt, the
Earnhardt?
Terminator.
You my man. You all right with me? Even though you Tennessee, you all right with me, because the Intimidator
Yeah,
was
the
the man.
Intimidator. I
Rest
said
in
the
peace to you,
Terminator.
brother. The Intimidator.
Yeah. Man, look, when he died, that accident, I was in Korea. Me and this guy got to Korea together. And when we got to the barracks, we was roommates, right? And then when we got to where we was actually going to be, living for the next year, for me 2 years, um, this guy, when Dale Earnhardt died, like a lot of racing fans, this guy actually was crying,
Mm-hmm.
crying, man. I never forget his name, Strickland, Brian Strickland. He was crying like a little kid. And you know me, I didn't follow racing. I'm like, man, what the hell? I'm really laughing at it. Like, what the hell you crying for, man? I'm like, you act like like not on this. Like, if something happened to Nick Saban, we'll probably cry. You know what I'm saying? Even
Bro,
though he ain't our coach no more. But me, I was young then.
yeah.
He was young too. Didn't really understand.
Let,
But yeah, man.
let me tell you something, KB. When first of all, when Bear Bryant, I was a kid, but when Bear Bryant retired, that got me. But
Yeah,
then a few months later, then when he passed away,
yeah.
man, I was devastated. Cause
Right.
then Coach Saban comes along, and mostly everybody in that 401k crew knows that's how I met them.
Right.
Last year, when Coach Saban retired, I went into a depression like no other, because you're used to this.
Yeah.
You're used to it.
Right.
Now, but when the Intimidator got killed, it was a long time before I started watching racing again. It was a long time.
Right.
But the only time I would watch racing is when Dale Earnhardt was racing. That's it. That dude, and you have to watch his races to understand why they called him the Intimidator. That's how I
Hey,
got off into racing,
he he
watching
he
him.
he won a passive drive. I'll tell you that.
Man, no, he was aggressive
He they called him Intimidator for a reason.
for a reason.
Man, sure did. But my guy, when it comes to racing, was Richard Petty.
Man, that dude was crazy too, man.
Yeah.
Richard Petty, Richard Petty
Man,
was
if
the
if
business.
you ever come to Charlotte, man, go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. That place is awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to that.
It is awesome. Go look it up. They got the actual race cars in there. Everything. They got
Man,
like race car engines, and they got a car. When I went, they had a car. It was a Toyota. It was a Toyota something, but they got one side of the car looked like the actual car you buy off the lot, and the other side look is all the modifications. You know how they make the race car look like it do, and the inside. Man, I'm telling you, man, that place is awesome, man. It's awesome. But if anybody ever in Charlotte, go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. It ain't expensive either. It only
Okay.
costs like $30 to get in.
That'll work. I got to
Yeah,
go see the Intimidator. I got to go take my
yeah,
hat off. Matter of fact,
yeah.
I need to go get me some Intimidator paraphernalia because I am a Dale Earnhardt fan. And you talking about let me see, somebody said Dave Allison. You
Davey
said
Allen.
Richard
Yeah.
Petty. I even go back to Mario Andretti. All
Oh,
that.
yeah, Mario Andretti. You talking about Formula One now?
Yes, sir. I
Yeah,
go back to that era. So
yeah,
hats off to you there, big dog. Got to eat, man. You all right
yeah,
with me, even though you might be a Vols fan, but I
yeah,
respect you with that Earnhardt deal. Yes, sir, Bob.
yeah. Well, SEC Media Day, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. I already know because I'll be on my birthday trip 6-0. So
I'm
I'm gonna
going
have
to
to go
be
back
on.
and rewatch it.
Now,
Well, I know a lot of people for Alabama Media Day, they're gonna be live for it. So
I will be on afterwards. After the media day,
right,
every day I'm coming on. I will be on before from 8 to 9 every day, KB, and
right.
then after the media day is over, I'm coming back on to do a review of what was said and what do people feel about what the coaches said and this, that, and the third. So just check me out, Pianoman, tomorrow at 8 from 8 to 9, and then after the day one, I will be on tomorrow. Matter of fact, I
Okay.
will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. I'll be on twice tomorrow. So
All right. And before we go on, let me give Big Dogs Gotta Eat Felix the Dancing Fool real quick
yeah,
with Super Chat Dance doing something strange for a piece of change. All right, Felix the Dancing Fool doing something strange for a piece of change.
yeah,
Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Big Dogs Gotta Eat. But moving on. Well, we was at Alabama number 2. Try to
yeah,
go through this pretty quick. I don't want to go past our time. So at number 3, you got South Carolina. They opened up with Virginia Tech. Then they got South Carolina State, Coastal Carolina, and Clemson. 2 power teams as neither will be easy. But the Gamecocks have advantage of not playing in the other team stadium. Both of them is at home. So you know that stadium going to be rocking, especially against Clemson. But Virginia Tech, like we say, they play Virginia Tech in Atlanta. So, but
right.
at home against Clemson. And you know when they play Clemson, that is a big game. And they play them at home. So Virginia Tech, you don't know what they wasn't very good last season, but you don't know what they're gonna be this season. Another
Right.
Power 4 program.
That Clemson game, all I'm gonna say is the last couple of times South Carolina and Clemson has played, South Carolina has. Well, I know one time they did beat them
Yeah.
and everything. So uh, don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on those games. But they're going to be some good games. But uh, that South Carolina Virginia Tech game, uh, South Carolina should win that game.
Remember Virginia Tech, they should have beat Miami last season.
They
Bad
they
call.
Virginia Tech was robbed of that game last
They
year.
was. They was.
Come on, just call it for. We're not going to be politically correct on this one. We're going to call that for what it is. Virginia Tech was robbed of that game. That was a touchdown, and they know it was a touchdown. They took that touchdown away from them,
Yeah.
for whatever the reason. But that's going to be a good one. But South Carolina should beat Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, Stacey, Go Dogs SEC Media Days start tomorrow.
And
Tomorrow.
and if you don't mind, KB, here's the schedule
Okay.
right here. Right here. I got it right here. Monday. Here we go. Tomorrow, it will be LSU's Brian Kelly, Miss Lane Kiffin, South Carolina, who we're talking about, Shane Beamer, and Vanderbilt Clark Lee. Tuesday gonna be the day, KB. That's when everybody needs to tune in. Tuesday, you're gonna have Auburn, Hugh Freeze, Stacey Go Dogs. You're gonna like this. Kirby Smart, Georgia, Tennessee, Josh Heupel, and Texas, Steve Sarkisian.
That's Tuesday?
That's Tuesday.
Mm.
That's Tuesday. Wednesday, Coach DeBoer for Alabama, Florida's Billy Napier, Mississippi State, Jeff Lebby, and Oklahoma, Brent Venable. And Thursday, Arkansas, Sam Pittman, Kentucky's Mark Stoops, Missouri, Eli Drinkowitz, and Texas A&M, Mike Elko. That is the lineup right there, starting tomorrow with Brian Kelly in the morning. He will be up and out.
When did you say Auburn is?
Auburn, Georgia. Here we go. Auburn, Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas is Tuesday.
Okay. Because I'm interested in what Hugh Freeze going to be talking about.
Yes, and so now I do not know who. Well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you're interested, right here, KB. Here we go. Let me put this right there, brother. All right. Auburn will be bringing Jackson Arnold, Kendrick Falk, and Connor Liu. Let me see. Georgia, I'm just kind of hitting and missing here. Georgia will be bringing CJ Allen, Dalen Everett, and Gunnar Stockton.
Hey, go ahead with the schedule. I'll be right back.
Okay. And here we go. Yeah, here we go. Tennessee will be bringing Arian Carter, Miles Kisselman, and Bryson Eason. Texas is going to be bringing Anthony Hill, Arch Manning, and Michael Taft. Texas A&M will be bringing Will Lee, Armaj Reed Adams, and Torian York. Vanderbilt will be bringing Randon Fontanet, Martell Height, and Diego Pavia. Let me see. Here we go. I think I know Alabama's bringing Tim Keenan, Deontay Lawson, Caden Proctor. Arkansas, Cameron Bell, Taylor Green, and Xavier Sorey. And again, Auburn will be bringing Jackson Arnold and Kendrick Falk and Connor Liu. So I'm just saying. So that's how it's going to be going. Kentucky will be bringing Alex Afari, Jordan Lovett, and Josh Cadis. LSU is going to be bringing Chris Hilton, Gary Nussmeier, Whit Weeks. Ole Miss is going to be bringing T.J. Daugherty, Caden Lee, and Austin Simmons. And Mississippi State will be bringing Blake Shapen, Isaac Smith, and Brennan Thompson. Missouri will be bringing Dalen Carnell, Connor Tollison, and Zion Young. And Oklahoma will be bringing John Mateer, Robert Spears Jennings, and Mason Thomas. So that's basically it. The schedule, everybody's that's going to be there. So, like I said, join me in the morning and from 8 to 9 at the long run, morning run. We're gonna go back over this, and we're gonna be on from 8 to 9. And soon as my 9 o'clock hour hits, I'm getting off so I can begin to watch SEC Media Day. Then as soon as it's over, We're coming right back on. And no, we're not. No, we're not. My bad. We're going to come back on at 5 o'clock Central Time for the regular long run. And then we're going to talk about day one of SEC Media Day.
Eric D, it starts tomorrow. And Bobby Sprinkle, it will be on the SEC Network.
Yeah.
You come on at 5. And man, it probably just be getting over then.
Probably so.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead with this schedule here. But we got the South Carolina, Arkansas will be playing Alabama A&M, Arkansas State, Memphis, and Notre Dame. They are the number 4 with the out of conference teams. Memphis, they not a power 4. Is Memphis is in the Big 12 now, right? Are they?
Memphis is
they didn't leave. They didn't go to the Big 12.
AAC. Wait, I'm finna tell you.
Okay, okay.
Is it the AAC? Memphis, right? Yeah, they're in the American Conference.
Okay, so but they not a bad team at all.
No,
at all. Then you got Notre Dame.
Matter of fact, Coach, Memphis is in the same conference with South Florida, so that tells you something, right?
Oh there. yeah.
And
I thought they was going to be moving. I thought they was trying to move to the Big 12.
They were.
Okay, I knew it was something like they was trying to move, but then Arkansas got Notre Dame also. It says we cover these games above is asking for trouble. Says especially with the Fighting Irish coming to town. With Memphis and Notre Dame, they asking for trouble. What Arkansas, they been down, man. I just don't know why they believing in Pittman still.
I got you this. I'll say this to you, KB. Now, since you bought Arkansas up, let me go back to my other Bible. I got 2 or 3 Bibles, KB. K never had too much coverage, Now Arkansas 4 on offense coming back and 3 on defense, but don't sleep on them because they one of those teams that when they do get momentum going, ask Tennessee about it. They beat Tennessee last year.
Oh yeah,
they one of those teams that if they get the ups on you, they're gonna beat you. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. So don't sleep on Arkansas, but. Their schedule though, bro, is like what you said. It's tough. Alabama A&M, Arkansas State. Then they go to Ole Miss. They go to Memphis. They play Notre Dame in Arkansas though.
Yeah.
So they go to Tennessee. They play Texas A&M. They play Auburn. They play Mississippi State, and then they go to LSU. They go to Texas, and then they have Missouri at home. So they got a gauntlet of a schedule.
Man. Yeah, that's tough. But hey, moving on at number 5, we got Texas. Texas really don't have no out of conference game, nobody but game 1, Ohio State. They got San Jose State, UTEP, and Sam Houston. Mm-hmm. That's pretty easy. All except for Ohio State. That's game 1.
Yeah.
Other than that, then that's a pretty easy out of conference schedule. And I'm looking at Ohio State as a loss for them. I ain't gonna say it's 100%. I'm not even gonna say it's 80%. I think it's gonna be a good game. I just think Texas will lose in a close one. That's just me.
Yeah, me too.
Now if Arch Manning come out and ball out, man, SEC might want to look out. So, but you got to remember, Ohio State do got a new defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So that's pretty easy. I'm gonna just run through these because number 6, you got LSU. Stop me if you want to talk about any of these, okay?
Okay.
Number 6, LSU at Clemson, at home against Louisiana Tech, SLU, and Western Kentucky.
Stop right
Anything interests you? 3 of them is at home. 1 of them is on the road against Clemson. And I think that's game 1 also.
That I'm gonna watch that game after Bama because that's gonna be a primetime game because
Right.
Bama's game is earlier in the day. But
Right.
I'm telling you all now, watch that LSU Clemson game because I'm telling you that will be the game between probably two Heisman Trophy candidates, Nussmeier, Klubnik.
Exactly.
They're really pushing them.
Yep.
So that game could be interesting either way. And here's the other part about that game, too, KB. LSU has lost game 1 2 years in a row.
Mm-mm.
Will this be the third year? Well, 5 years? I know.
They ain't won a season opener since they national championship winning season 2019.
And,
They
and,
lost
and
in 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. 5
okay,
years in a
so
row.
5 years. Will this be 6? And you're playing Clemson at home.
That's a tough feat right there.
Watch that game.
Next, you got Texas A&M at number 7. At home against UTSA, at home against Utah State. They go to Notre Dame, and they at home against Samford. That Notre Dame game, I don't know, and they got to go on the road. So that's going to be a tough one. That's a game to watch. Texas A&M and Notre Dame. That's a game to watch.
And remember, that was the game because who won that game? Wait a minute.
Notre Dame won it last year. They won it in College Station.
And watch this. And that was the game that even though Texas A&M lost it, that was the game that after that Texas A&M went on that win streak.
Yeah. So we'll hey, that's going to be a good one, man. Next, number 8, you got Oklahoma at home against Illinois State, at home against Michigan, at Temple, and home against Kent State. I expect them to win all of them, except I think Michigan and Oklahoma are going to be a good game. Another must-watch game. Now, I would like to say about this season, it's going to be a lot of good games. A lot of them. They at the SEC, they done stepped up their non-conference play. I mean, everybody. So it's going to be a lot of good games this season, within the conference and with these non-conference games. But Oklahoma and Michigan, yeah.
And
I think Oklahoma going to be better this season.
ULM when Oklahoma and Michigan play. That's the
right.
ball.
So it's going to be some good games, man. Next up, you got Mississippi State at Southern Miss, home against Arizona State, home against Alcorn State, and home against Northern Illinois. I don't know. Arizona State and I think Arizona State gonna get them. That's just my opinion. I think they're gonna get. Mississippi State is not in a good place right now.
Well, with that Arizona State game, what's his name? Scatterboo.
He gone.
He's gone, and that may or may not help him. It depends on who that replacement is, or how Arizona State is as a whole. I haven't really read up on it, but I will. But Mississippi State, game 1 is going to tell you the whole deal. If Mississippi State, they come to Hattiesburg, my hometown, play USM, we going to see what that's all about. Because if USM beat them, Mississippi State going to be in for a long year.
Yeah, they are. But, man, Arizona State, I don't think nobody can place Scatterboo. That boy was the truth, man. He was the truth. Moving on, Vanderbilt at number 10. At home against Charleston Southern. They go to Virginia Tech, at home against Georgia State, and home against Utah State. Now, I ain't going to count Georgia State out because Georgia State beat them one year. Matter of fact, they beat them in 2023. So I'm not going to count them out. But Vanderbilt, I think they're going to have another decent season. So do I think they'll be as good as they was last year or win as many games as they did last year? I don't.
They won't sneak up on folks this year.
They won't. I don't think they'll win as many games as last year. So Number 10, number 11, you got Auburn at Baylor. Game 1. That's on the 29th, that Friday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Then they got Ball State at home, South Alabama at home, and Mercer at home. That Baylor game gonna tell you a lot about Auburn.
Yeah, I've said that too, KB. I've said that.
Appreciate it, Kimberly Harmon. B. James said, I got a respect for Southern Miss. They never been scared to play Bama like Ole Miss through the year. No, Southern Miss ain't never scared to play Alabama. Never.
Oh, no, never.
So, what's up, B. Bruno? Up next, you got Kentucky at home against Toledo. They go on the road against Eastern Michigan, Tennessee Tech, and they are on the road against Louisville. I think they'll win all of them except for Louisville. I don't know. Toledo, remember Toledo, they surprised Arkansas one year.
Right.
So, I don't know. But they're going to lose against Louisville. That's just my opinion. You know, I have no faith in Mark Stoops. That's just me. So, at 13, you got Missouri, Central Arkansas. That's that Thursday. They got home against Central. All these games are at home for Missouri. Central Arkansas, Kansas, Louisiana Lafayette, and UMass.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll win all of them. Just me. Number 14, you got Tennessee, Syracuse week 1. ETSU at home, UAB at home, and New Mexico State at home. Syracuse going to say a lot for game 1. That's just me. Syracuse wasn't a bad team. Pianoman, he froze, I think. But we're going to be all right. You froze?
Yeah, I'm froze.
Oh, we can hear you though. But if you wanna elaborate on that Syracuse game, if not, we'll keep going.
Oh, keep going.
Okay. At number, was that 14? 15, you got Georgia. Home against Marshall, home against Austin Peay, home against Charlotte. And then they got Georgia Tech in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Now, I just want to read you what this article is saying about the Georgia Bulldogs in this schedule.
Okay.
The dogs will always cry like playing Tech every year is some monumental undertaking. This year, they don't even have to play Tech in their home stadium. They travel for this one and only honor conference road game for the Dogs is equivalent to a typical Atlanta commute. They will wake up and sleep in their own beds before and after the game. Damn.
Wow.
And if you look at it, it says weak ass out of conference schedule.
Wow.
They ain't get Georgia no respect, man. But hey,
I'm gonna tell you like this, KB, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't know if anybody will agree with me, but I've gotten this line from Coach Sean. If you gonna get Georgia, this will be the year to get them.
Yeah.
This will be the year to beat them.
Yeah.
Because next year, those dudes gonna be something serious. Kirby,
Right.
you know. So the best thing to do is get them this year. They're going to be pretty good, I still think, even though their schedule favors them. But I still don't think they're going to beat Alabama. And to be quite honest with you, I think that'll be about the only game. Now, they got potential to lose a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I think Bama will be the only team to beat.
You know what?
Georgia will find a way to beat everybody else, including Texas.
Yeah. But Georgia Tech, I'm not sleeping on Georgia Tech with Georgia after last season.
Oh,
because they got a lot of those players coming back. Quarterback and everything. And them guys, after, they're going to be motivated after last season. They took Georgia into 8 overtimes, I believe.
Right.
So them guys going to be motivated. Georgia guys going to be motivated too. So I think I'm looking forward to that game.
Those in-state games like that, KB. One thing about those are some of the worst games to bet on.
It is.
There's no telling how it's supposed to go, how it will go. So if I were a betting man, I would not bet on Georgia Tech and Georgia. I wouldn't do it.
Well, if I bet on it, it'll have to be a ball or something. And I'm betting with Georgia Tech. And you know who the last one is. The weakest one is Ole Miss, Georgia State, Tulane, Washington State, and the Citadel.
See.
They got the weakest one. So, I don't know. But I tell you what, we went through all them schedules, but guess what? I ain't concerned about nobody but Alabama.
Right.
That's it. Nobody but Alabama.
Exactly.
Week 1, Florida State. Week 2, ULM. Week 3, Wisconsin. Bye week 4, Georgia. Okay. Or week 5, Georgia, and week 6, Vandy. One week at a time. 1-0 every week.
That's it.
That's all I want. But that's gonna end the show. So you got anything you want to say? Matter of fact, before we leave, I want to shout out B Sharp. I want to shout out Coach Carl on the block sports. I want to shout out B Sharp. The Sharpshooter Sports Talk. Coach Sean, just my humble opinion. Sports Talk, I believe it's Sports Talk, right?
Right.
Who else we got? Clint Lamb and them guys.
Yeah.
Herb and Raj.
Yeah.
Them guys. You know, Tez, even though he an Auburn fan. Shout out old Tez. Matter of fact, they had a good show today. So I think Pianoman and he got some difficulties, but Tez and Sharpshooter Podcast, them guys, they had a pretty good show today. Then I went over to watch Auburn Addicts. They was talking about some good stuff, you know. So Sports Talk J, pretty good channel. He up to speed on everything that's going on in college football. Sports Talk J, I tell you that right now. So you can still hear me, Pianoman? I
still hear you.
Oh, okay. But yeah. Sports Talk J be up to speed on everything. But you can go ahead, man. Well, you can go ahead, Pianoman.
I just want to say thank you, KB, as usual, for having me on your show. And listen, don't forget, on every Friday night, KB, Pianoman, we keeping it a buck every Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Everybody west of Texas, you know what time it is for you. Join us every Friday night. And, man, as we get closer to the season, I know it's going to get real crazy, KB. So just be ready. But you can also catch me every day from Monday through Friday from 8 to whenever the crew tell me I can leave on the Long Run with Pianoman, and twice on Mondays, which I come back at 5 p.m. every Monday from 5 to 7. And then after that, it's every day from 8 to 9. It's supposed to be. But come join us. And if you have never subscribed to the channel, subscribe to all of our channels. If you've never subscribed, I'm at 259, I think, KB. And, man, okay. I would love to be 300 before the season starts. So come and help a brother out. But not only me, let's help push each one of our channels up to where we need to be. We're all doing this together, and we're all in this together. No competition between any of us. We help each other out. So we'll thank you for your support.
Hey, we still got 107 people watching the show. Y'all go subscribe to Pianoman. The Long Run with Pianoman. Just type it in. He'll come up. All right. 107 people watching. I need at least 100 of y'all to go over there and subscribe to Pianoman if you ain't already subscribed. Okay. So also Sharpshooter Sports Talk.
That's right.
Go subscribe to him. He'll be back every Tuesday, 6:30 Central. All right. Or he'll be on 6:30 Central this Tuesday. Okay. Go over there. Watch the show. All right. Give your support. Hit the like button. Subscribe also. Also, to Coach Carl on the Block Sports. Go subscribe to him. Also, Coach Sean, like I said, just my humble opinion, JMHO Sports Talk. But it's a lot of Alabama content creators out there. Go subscribe to them guys. Support the channels, man. Because guess what? We all love our Alabama Crimson Tide.
That's right.
We all love our Alabama Crimson Tide. And we're just like sitting around talking about them. That's it. And Pianoman, I want to thank you for joining me on the show tonight. It was an honor.
My pleasure, bro.
I sure appreciate it, man. And but hey, it is what it is. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. A special thank you to the Kangaroo Click. Every member of the Kangaroo Click, baby. If you ain't a member of the Kangaroo Click, hit that join button, go to the homepage and hit that membership button. Follow the instruction and become a member of the Kangaroo Click, baby. It's where all the cool kids hang. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hit that notification bell so you can get notified. Every time OKB posting goes live. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, like I said, Pianoman, I sure appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Sure appreciate it. And without further ado, y'all be blessed. And remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Yep.
And roll damn Tide.
Roll Tide.
Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Big Bama, big pride, big legacy. Rama Jammer, yeah, they doubting, gotta let them see. You come to Brian Denny, you ain't ready, well, you better be. Roll Tide, Willie screaming at you, that's a guarantee. And he don't give a piss. Blitz, Bama, blitz. Pressure on your QB, bout to make him throw a beat. Hold up, that A is not Atlanta. That A for Alabama. And if you rep that Tide, gonna stand up. Yeah. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. About nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss. Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide.